Yours truly, the Gone Goody from the nitty-gritty city, Mike Lance, where I'm here to put more dips in your hips, more glide in your stride, and more cut in your strut. And if you can't dig it, you know you got a hole in your soul.
Mike Lance is presenting one of the more traditional aspects of a radio station, but WDNA is far from traditional in its overall concept. WDNA FM 88.9 has been on the air for just over half an hour, and its format is known as public access radio.
Public access radio is programming produced by members of our community. They're not professionals in the field, and they have expressed a desire for an outlet in the media, and public access radio provides that outlet.
Programs on WDNA will vary, from a Jamaican reggae show to programming for Haitians in South Florida, from news of Scandinavia to local sports shows and special programs for the blind.
We're going to do a lot of local sports. There are a lot of schools around town like FIU and Biscayne College and to some extent Florida Memorial College, and our 3 Miami-Dade campuses that don't get a lot of media attention, especially when it comes to live play-by-play events. Specific programs for the print handicapped and the blind that can't normally get to a newspaper and read a newspaper. We're going to ask volunteers to come in and read newspapers and magazines, and they have talking things from the Library of Congress talking book that we'll be airing, and if we can and we can get clearance, we might even try and run some of those shows on WDNA as well.
For $25, you can get 57 minutes and 50 seconds of airtime to do your thing. Operations Manager Bob Andrews will help you if you're unfamiliar with the boards. With few restrictions on content, you can be the star of your own radio show. Christopher Peake, Channel 4 News. History preserved through knowledge shared. That's the recruiting motto for A Company, 2nd Florida Cavalry. These Civil War buffs were joined this weekend by members of the 48th New York Infantry and the 6th Michigan Cavalry at a black powder shoot at the Trail Glades Range in West Dade. Competition shooters were mostly using reproductions of the original Civil War rifles, but over at the encampment there were many original objects being worn, slept in, and posed with. This type of event takes place all across the country.
Well, I just came back from Spotsylvania in Virginia. I met a man from California out there. They do 3 or 4 battles a year in California. Pocaccio Peach in Arizona is a big reenactment every year. I believe this very weekend they're putting on a 3-day scenario out there where they're going to actually live like the soldiers did, fight like they did, and the 2 camps, the Union and the Confederate, are some miles apart, and they seek and find each other out there and live that 1860, 1865.
The company has recruited 5 new members this weekend. Success and the future depend on new blood in the ranks, and Ragland explains what the personnel makeup looks like.
We have members who are into wargaming. We have members like myself who like black powder shooting and collecting of weapons, like you see behind me here. We have people who just like to play soldier. They're boys growing tall, I guess.
Civil War reenactment buffs say they don't change history, but by the sounds and sights here today, it's very obvious that these people are living history. Christopher Peake, Channel 4 News, West Dade.